Hey, my name is Chris Ramsey, and this is
Chris Oberly.
Welcome to The Shift, presented by murphysmagic.com. What up, family? My name is Chris Ramsey. Welcome back once again to The Shift for this week's episode. Actually, right now, while you're watching this, I'm probably in Las Vegas. So if you guys want to tune in and find out what's going on, add at Murphy's Magic to your Periscope account. If you don't have Periscope, check that out. What it is, basically, it's an app that you get. It notifies you when the people you follow are online. And what I'll be doing is I'll have my phone and I'll be streaming and interviewing people from the convention. So all sorts of magicians, bring you along to some secret places, hopefully. And you guys can actually type in your questions and I'll answer them live on air. And so will whoever I'm with. So do check that out. Before we get into the deal for this week, let's announce the winner of last week's contest. We asked you guys to like and comment below, and you did, and we chose one of you to take home those prizes. And the winner is Magic Bros 2012. Hit us up, Murphy's Magic, on Facebook, so facebook.com/Murphy's Magic Supplies, and send us a message with your info and we'll get that out to you ASAP. To win this week's prizes, simply like this video and comment below your thoughts on the performances and or products once again, and we'll choose one of you to take these home. Also this week we had probably one of the funnest at the table live lectures that we've had, and probably not only one of the funnest, one of the most complete. There's so much material taught on this by a good friend of ours, Titanus. So do check that out. I'll leave the link below. It boggles my mind how much these artists are willing to give at these lectures. You know, like I always say this, we buy products at $30 a pop. Meanwhile, these lectures are selling for $10 a pop and they're teaching 30 effects. Like, it's nuts. So check it out. Definitely worth it. Titanus at the table experience. This week on the deal, we have Chris Philpott's French Postcards, which is an out of this world effect using naked women and scenery. I like it. Also, we have Diception by Chris Congreve at Magic Tau. And this is a really fooling effect. So let's start by this. I did a small performance in-house, and we'll talk about the performance and the trick after this. All right, what do we have here? We have a bit of a mystery going on. We have this nice little close-up pad, 3 die, and a deck of cards. What do you think we can do with this? How about this? How about we'll roll these dice? Even more interesting. Check this out. I've written down a prediction. I'm not going to show you what I've written down because I don't want you to read it, but I've written down a prediction. I'm going to keep it here in my pocket the whole time. Here's what we'll do. You're going to roll these dice. First of all, just give them a nice roll. All right, so you would have done well here. You would have had 11, 12, right? Roll again, just for fun. All right, here we would have had 8 to 9, 10, right? So what we're gonna do is you're gonna roll these die, and that's gonna determine what your card is. That's how we pick the card. So go ahead and roll. We have here 4, 5, 6. Your choice, you can keep 1 dice, and just 1. We don't have to roll the other 2, we can just keep that 1. You can keep 2 or 3, or you can roll again, whatever's up to you. Anything you want, you make the rules. So you wanna go with all 3? You sure? All right, 7, 8, 9, right? Let's see how you did. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mystery card. Had you gone 1 more or 1 less, they would have been completely different, right? These are all absolutely different cards, yeah? Right? All right. Now, I'm curious to know how you did. Before we do that, I think it's important that we take a look at the prediction. I had written down, you will roll 9, 10 of diamonds. Let's see how we did. Indeed, you rolled 9 and 10 of diamonds. A miracle. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was Diception by Chris Congreve. Fooling, right? Personally, I've been going through some stuff lately, sort of like an epiphany in magic, where I don't base good magic on whether or not it's fooling or the clever methods. Sure, those are important things, and I think they're valid. Academically speaking, I think they're very valid and they're intriguing and they still interest me. However, I've slowly become more of a fan of magic itself and the presentation and everything. So this is a really, really good trick. I mean, the deck that I used is basically, you get a deck included in this with some extra cards. All the cards are normal. There are no short cards, no rough cards, none of that stuff. So I really like that aspect of it. And the dice as well are normal. They come with this DVD as well, or with this package. You're sent a link with a password where you can go ahead and watch the performance and the explanation. I really think it's up to you as the end user to come up with your own take on it, because I think just saying, oh, here's some dice, please check them out, please check out these cards, everything is fair, I have a prediction, blah blah blah, look how amazing I am. I think it's kind of long-winded and dreary to produce to do it like that. I just kind of learnt it and did it maybe 20 minutes later, and added try to add a little bit of my own authenticity to it. And it's not always easy, and it does take a lot of thought, so I'm gonna put a lot more thought into presentations from now on, hopefully. And hopefully you guys do too. But that being said, this is a really, really great trick. This is something that you can take and blow minds or get a real connection with someone with, because there aren't very many heavy sleights involved. You could even go so far as saying there aren't any sleights. You can do it with sleights or you can do it without. Both are equally powerful. And it's a great trick. So basically they roll the dice, they choose 1, 2, or 3 dice, you deal that many cards down, and the prediction that you've shown them in the beginning, that you had in your pocket, says the number that they were going to roll, but not only that, says the card that they rolled on. Now, if you want to start the trick off with a shuffle or anything like that, to fool them even further, go ahead. But I really do think that the strength of this trick, because it is so strong, lies in the presentation. Because it's so hands-off, you can really concentrate on a good presentation. So therefore, I like this trick. Check it out. Diception by Chris Congreve in Magic Town. Next up, French Postcards by Chris Philpott. Chris Philpott, who's known for his absolutely mind-blowing mentalism. He's probably one of the most revered mentalists, creator of mentalism that we now have, and for good reason. Now he's got this amazing take on an out of this world. It really is an amazing take, and I'll let you watch the performance. A little bit long, but it's worth it. Check that out. We'll talk about it after this.
Alright, well, you see, I'm rather a worldly person. I've traveled quite a bit in my lifetime, and I have this weird obsession when I travel to collect postcards. I know it's a dying art, but I have an obsession and I can't explain it. I also have an obsession with nude women of like the 1800s. So these are just so sexy. So I keep them. But here's the interesting thing. There was a study recently at Cornell University about psychics and if people can use their mind for predicting things or knowing things that they couldn't possibly know otherwise. And what they would do is they would have pictures on a screen, and the results were always inconclusive until they did it using erotic pictures. Only then did something happen in the brain that people actually could sense the erotic pictures and place them in one pile, and that study turned out to be much more relevant than the other ones. So here's what we're going to try. I have an assortment, a real mixture of places and naked French women from the 1800s. Please don't judge me. We're going to use your mind to see how well you can categorize these two. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to select a picture, and you're going to tell me if it's a nudie or if it's a postcard, just a normal postcard. But you have to use your sort of sexual intuition here, right? So this one, for example, would this go in the nudie pile or in the postcard place pile. Move over here. So we'd leave that just here like that. That good? All right. Let's speed things up a little bit. Let's do this. So I got 2 here. Let's try to keep them even as well. Do you want to put them over here? You sure about that? You positive? Really feel it though. If you don't feel it, we can move on. We can do another one. You feeling this one? Ooh. You're feeling that one, aren't you? Okay, okay. This is good, this is good. How about this one? Really? Okay. Alright. This one. Good. Alright, you're doing good. You're doing very well. Take these 2. Both of you. Fine. And let's go. This one. This one's over here. Alright. There might be a pattern forming the way that I'm pulling out the cards and showing them to you, and you might be onto that pattern. So to mix you up just a little bit more, I'm going to switch the piles around. And we're going to put, oh look at this. I don't only collect naked women from the 1800s. As you can see, I have this this obsession with, it's actually a selfie. A few months back. I was in shape. I'll get there again. And we'll put postcards over here this time. Sound fair? All right. How about these 2 here? Do you go on the postcard pile, or do you feel them? Are they erotic? No, they're feeling erotic, are they? Put them down right here. Mm-hmm. How about this? This one over here. Okay. Let's do these 3. Over here. You're just going randomly, or are you really feeling it? Because you have to feel it. You decide these last 3 where they go. How about that? Go ahead. Yep. Mm-hmm. Ooh, you feel that one. Could you square up that pile? And I'll square up this pile. And let's see how you did. So first of all, over here, we have the postcards, right? Let's see how you did. All postcards. Interesting. Which would mean, oh, all nudies over here. And over here, what do we have? Once again, all postcards, which would mean your intuition for erotic pictures is on point. Good job. So that was my sort of rendition on Chris Philpott's French Postcards. What you get with this is you get a little booklet with explanation, which I love, so it's not a link or anything, it's actually a little booklet that you have to read. If you're familiar with the Out of This World concept, it's the same thing basically. It's the same, you can use the same routine you use Out of This World. So what you get with this is you get 24 postcards, 12 pictures of French models in, like, I think the late 1800s that pose nude or semi-nude, and you get 12 postcards of different places around the world. Now, much like in Out of This World, they choose which goes to which pile, and at the end they're completely right, which is fantastic. However, now they have a reason for them being right, other than I'm going to control your thoughts or control your decisions, which I find to be a little long-winded, and mentalists are so control-y. They just want to control everything and control the outcome, control the reaction. I like this because it actually makes sense to think that our mind works in a way that it can sense erotic pictures. I think that's a really cool notion, and regardless if it's true or not, it's slightly believable. You know, there's a certain level of emotion there that makes sense, right? Like sensing someone's emotion, sensing if someone's into you, that type of thing. I mean, those things exist. So I don't know. I think there's something really organic about that. Once again, it's an Out of This World, so it's really hands-off, really easy to do, and plenty of room for patter, plenty of room for jokes if you want, or if you want to make a connection, or if you want them to feel something. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's naked girls in the pictures and stuff. You might not want your spectator to feel too much.
But regardless, I think it's great. There's some built-in comedy if you want it there, or if not, you can go the serious route. But I really think comedy is the way to go with this, especially you get this one picture of like a man, like half nude, makes it kind of awkward, which is funny. So I really, really love this. This is something that I would definitely do instead of an Out of This World. I wouldn't walk around with 24 postcards on me constantly, but if I were at a gig or even in a parlor event or a close-up where people come to me, I think it's such a great thing. And this plays out really big because they're large postcards, not tiny little cards, and you're not, pulling out 52 of them, you've only got 12 of each. It's great that you can set this up on a table and make it play really big because the size of the postcards. And then obviously because of the pictures, they're going to invoke laughter, they're going to invoke jokes. I mean, people are just going to love it. So all in all, it's a really entertaining and obviously a fooling effect. Check out Chris Philpott's French Postcards. Really love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was it for this week's edition of The Shift. I hope you enjoyed the performances and the insight. Once again, if you want to win these effects, which I would want to win them if I were you, comment below what you thought about them, like this video, and I'll pick one of you guys to take this home next week. So until then, once again, check out social media at Murphy's Magic. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Periscope. Check those out because we will be all over that this weekend and the beginning of next week for Magic Live in Las Vegas. I'll bring you guys back some cool footage and we'll get to talk about it a little bit later. But do hit me up on Periscope. I really want to hear your questions. And if I'm talking to some legends, I'd like you guys to ask them some questions too. I think it'd be really cool if you can't make it to Vegas, that is. If you can, hit me up in Vegas and drinks on you. Good seeing you again. Until next week, have a safe weekend for what's left of it, and we'll see you then. Peace.